Hey, welcome, my friends. Thanks so much for stopping by once again as we sample some more great tasting American craft beers with Dr. Dave. Outstanding! Now for our sampling pleasures and tasting delights today. Oh man, this is one of my favorite all-time brewers right here, the Stone Brewing Company, located in Escondido, California. This is the Enjoy by 10/31/1022, frighteningly fresh, described as a IPA, a hazy IPA. It checks in at 9.4% alcohol by volume. Now, not to worry, this was best by Halloween, and here we are at Thanksgiving. It's not a problem. It's not a problem for several reasons. It's in a can, it's 9.4%, and most of all, it's a hazy IPA. Now, if this were a West Coast style IPA, I'd say, well, there's a chance that the hops might have dissipated, but not on a hazy IPA. Not a chance. 9.4%. I always remember I was sitting in a beer bar with a couple of my friends, and this guy was drinking a beer that was so dark you couldn't see any daylight through it. And I said, "Pardon me, sir, what kind of beer is that?" He says, "It's the Arrogant Bastard." I said, "What?" And he told me again. And I said, "I've never heard of that beer." Well, he was drinking it in I think it was 650 milliliter or 750 milliliter bottle. And he had some left in the bottle. So he poured myself and my two friends, some beer in a shot glass. Well, not a shot glass, but a tasting glass that the bartender gave us. And I was hooked right then and there. I had never tried a dark beer before. That was back in the early days when I was just getting into craft beer. I was drinking a lot of beers from Germany and Belgium and overseas beers, international beers, if you will, back when they were really good beers. Now, today, who knows who brews those beers? But yeah, man, I got hooked on that. And ever since then, I've been a big fan of Stone Brewery. And I have several different glasses from Stone Brewery, but they're all pint glasses, and this is a 12-ounce can. So I'm using this lovely beer here. Look at it. It's got this space in the bottom. Man, I bought these on Amazon. They are not cheap, but this is the best glassware I've ever had. They came in a set of four, and I'm not going to tell you how much they cost because you'd say, "What? You buy a lot of beer for what these cost." Look at that. Oh, man, that is a relatively clear pour. They said it was hazy. It's a relatively clear pour. That reminds me of a peach color. And that foam on there is solid. That foam is not going anywhere. I got a little bit left over here in the can. This is a 12-ounce can. I think I just said that. 12-ounce can, but it's a 14-ounce glass, and you see it fits in there nicely with the foam. That is a beautiful beer. I'm anxious to try this because I thought it was more of a New England style, but it is not that hazy at all. It's slightly hazy. Let's get some aroma. Mmm. Smells like a bit of stone fruit in there to me. Now, this beer has been out of the refrigerator for about 15 minutes, so it's not ice cold. It's cool to the touch, but it's not cold. Hey, let's go ahead and drink this beer and find out what it's all about. But before we do that, many thanks to the brewers at Stone Brewing Company out there in Escondido, California. Guys and gals out there who do a fabulous job year round. Man, I don't care what anybody says. That's still one of the premier breweries in the United States of America. Many thanks to them, and thanks at home for watching. Cheers to everybody. Oh, wow. I was all wrong. I thought this would be more of a New England style IPA when I saw the word hazy on there. Ooh, it went up my nose too. It's not. It's not New England style. Hmm. I tell you what. Remember, Keep in mind, this is 9.4%. I don't find it in there. Oh man, it's got a bit of sweetness in there, and I would like to say if it were a New England style, I'd say it's from tropical fruit, but I don't get any tropical fruit in there. So I'm thinking it's from the malt in there, some sweetness from the malt. Man, is that aroma powerful? A little bit of pine in there, just faded off in the background. I'm kind of sorry now. I didn't drink this by 10:31. But I don't see 30 days hurting this beer at all. I really don't. Um, Man, wow, is that good? Now, what Dr. Dave says is always true. Fresh is best. If you can drink the beer on the day you bring it home, that's the best thing to do. But people send me beer, and I'm not mad about that. People send me a lot of beer, and I just can't drink it all, man. I tell you. In my younger day, yeah, I could have done that, but as I'm getting older, I mean, sometimes I go for a month and don't have any beer, none at all, zero. Yeah. So, man, I wish I would have had this boy when I first got it. But as it is presented me today, as it is presented to me today, this is a great beer. Oh my god, I love that color. I love the color. It had some nice, lovely foam on it. It's got some nice, lovely lacing there. I put it against my shirt. You see, man. I can't see if there's any carbonation in there, but if I want to bring the head back up, I could just put the stir stick in there and come right back up. Hmm. The only beer I ever had from Stone Brewing Company that I did not fall in love with was their session IPAs, and that style seems to have fallen by the wayside today, and I'm so glad because session IPA to me is just a watered down version of the real thing. If you want a session IPA, just drink an IPA that's 6%. Why do you need to drink a session IPA that's 6%? Yeah. This is 9.4 though, and I do not pick up the alcohol, which makes this extremely dangerous. Man, if you were to go to the brew pub, I know for sure they serve this in a snifter, probably an 8-ounce snifter. hmm And that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do because bartenders have to be careful these days because if somebody gets into an accident or they get a DUI, the first thing they want to do is retaliate. They want to sue everybody in their uncle. Oh, you shouldn't have served me so much. Well, you shouldn't have been drinking so much, sir. I don't condone going out, drinking and driving. That's not the thing to do at all. But if you do, you got to know your limitations. Like Clint Eastwood said, man, got to know his limitations. I don't see anything wrong with drinking one beer an hour, especially if you're sitting there and you're eating something. One beer an hour is about what the human body can process. That's what it can metabolize. You get in trouble though when you start drinking 2, 3, and 4 beers an hour, and then you try to drive. That's not good for anybody. But if you're out there and you had 3 beers in 3 hours, just use your common sense. That's what you got to do. But see, a lot of people don't have common sense, and that's why they get in trouble. Well, at any rate, this beer is not available anymore, but I tell you what, look for the next release by Stone because they always release a beer that says enjoy by. Man, 9.4%. This is killer. Yeah, life is short. Try new things. If you can find this beer from Stone, which you should have no problem finding it, try it out. Man, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. I'm sure they'll have one for Christmas. Oh my gosh, you will not be disappointed. On that note, until we meet next time, here's wishing all of you the very best of goodbyes. And as always, cheers.